Hello, guys. I am not on camera today, but we are doing readings. Hello. And welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. We are going to do some psychic readings for all signs for Saturday. And we're going to see what all signs are pointing to. Hey, Tarot by Julia. Hello. Thank you for coming. Even though the ratings are disabled, you guys can still hit that thumbs up. I always uncover the ratings. I need to stop doing that and go ahead and just uncover the ratings, but because it doesn't make a difference, they're still going to put the thumbs down on there. And I'm sorry about the smoke alarm chirping. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I know I've learned how to tune things out. So, I think that there have been a lot of people that have learned how to tune negative things out by having a smoke detector chirping. You learn how to, it just, and when you learn how to tune out a smoke detector, boy, you can learn how to tune out anybody. Yeah, I'm fine. We're doing readings. All right. We're going to call to the spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters. So, we're gonna go ahead and switch it up to the readings, even though I can sense that a lot of my divine feminines out there are in a very emotional place right now. Okay, and when you are in that emotional place, you are very vulnerable, sister. And being that you are very vulnerable, you are very susceptible to those demonic entities. Okay, so a lot of times you got to learn how to focus. And so we're going to do reading for the Aries through the Pisces. We're going to do them in order. And these will just be general readings. Okay, now, like I said, my divine feminines are healing right now. And so there are a lot of you that are like crying your eyes out, or I can sense it. You can tell it's very cold outside, and I can feel it. Okay. Thank you. If y'all can hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and do the readings. If you guys need a private reading with me, the link to my website is below. Y'all can contact me if you have any questions about readings, but it's not totally necessary. Hey, Nikita. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Good morning. Y'all, I slept for a very long time, so my energies are up today. Hey, Melvie. Thank you for coming. All right, so we're going to call to the spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters, cosmic guides from the universe. What messages do you have for the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces for today, for Saturday? All right, let's see what we got going on here. Just to let you guys know, these are readings for the divine feminine. You can listen to them. I'm going to start separating them because I can see a lot of issues affecting women. Goodness gracious. Let's start with the Aries. You guys got the Seven of Swords. This tells me that a lot of you Aries are probably dealing with situations where it's probably an untrustworthy environment to where your spidey senses are going off. There's somebody that you're dealing with that you can't really trust, and they seem to be blocking your relationship. Give me some clarity, please, for the Aries. Oh, Lord. This reading, oh my goodness. This is going to be a good one, y'all. Oh, yeah. Knight of Swords, the Three of Coins reversed, and the Hermit. So this is an interference in a relationship. But see, here's what I want to tell you, Aries. Your partner needs to put into it as much effort as you are. Otherwise, you could be wasting your time. Excuse me, guys, my allergies. I have to scratch the back of my sinuses. Yeah, the Two of Wands comes up in the reverse position. So this is a situation that's draining you. A lot of you might be feeling dizzy. Okay. You might be feeling dizzy. You might be feeling like, you know, you may be feeling some mental instability right now. I'm just gonna come straight out and say it. To where some of y'all might be sort of, be careful that you don't, know thyself, hold on to yourself, because this situation seems to be changing you, and you don't want that to happen. Now I can sense that this is a mother, could be a mother or a father, parent, or a brother or sister, one or the other, whether or not it's on your side or their side. But if you're in a relationship where you start to lose your identity and you start to lose yourself, then maybe that's not the correct relationship. Maybe you're deceiving yourself. So I feel like a lot of y'all are involved in relationships with either air sign. It's either an air sign person. For a majority of you Aries, you're dealing with an air sign. This person is either Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, or it is an earth sign, more specifically a Virgo. Could be a fire sign, but I feel like air, earth is what you're dealing with. And right now you're feeling like you're not yourself. And your intuition is telling you that this relationship seems to be changing you for the worse. This person is bringing out the worst in you. Can you turn off that water, Jacob? Thank you. Or you drink. Why don't you get you a cup and get you some water, baby? Aries, what I will tell you, and see that, okay, guys, just to let you guys know, this reading may not resonate for all of you. Some of you may be, and I don't doubt that this connection that you have with this person is perfect. You love this person, and that's why you stick by it. But why isn't this person taking any responsibility? You can't be in this relationship by yourself. So I feel like your spirits are kind of telling you to possibly take at least a break from it, because you're getting to the point, and this is for those of you Aries that need it. Hi Mildred, how you doing? I feel like this is going to be for Aries, for those of you that need it. If you feel like you're starting to feel like you're losing, money, it seems like whatever it is definitely costing you more. If it's not money, then it's costing you bits and pieces of yourself, to the point where you don't even know yourself anymore. And so I just want you guys to be careful. This is really deep, well, whoever this is for. Oh, you had a baby? Congratulations. Oh my goddess. That's so sweet. I love little babies. I still look at the birth videos and vloggers that vlog about their children. When I lost my first channel, my initial channel where I was doing my family vlogs, I actually was subscribed to a lot of people that made videos of it. So I didn't just lose my videos. I lost touch with a lot of the vloggers that I was looking at, but a lot of them have left YouTube. They don't do a lot on YouTube because YouTube just became very toxic. It really did. But, you know, the only reason why I'm even still on YouTube is because of very strong and powerful witchcraft from my ancestors. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on here. So I don't blame those of you that, you know, don't do YouTube, okay? Can y'all do me a favor? It's 14 of y'all in the chat. If you could please thumbs up. Thank you. We're going to move on to the Tauruses. Tauruses got the King of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you Tauruses are stronger than you have been in a very long time. So I feel like today Spirits is saying that whatever it is that you are dealing with, you are strong enough to stand up to it. I feel like a lot of you are dealing with possibly cultivating what you need for your family. And this is definitely for either the divine feminine or the divine masculine, because I can tell you this, that divine masculines are affected by negativity too. They are affected. Spirit, give me some clarity on King of Wands. There's something that's going on here, and I'm going to clarify it for the Tauruses. Yeah, the Strength card, the World card, and the Ten of Swords reverse. So let me tell you something. Tauruses, you guys are very strong empaths. And so I feel like a lot of you Tauruses are not just dealing with your own wants and desires for life, but then also you're dealing with the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You've got a lot of things that you're responsible for. A lot of you have a very strong position. You're managing others. Tauruses typically hold very powerful positions in life. They just do. You know why? Because they're strong enough to withstand it. It's something that they want. Now, I feel like this is a spiritual message more than anything for the Tauruses, which all of these are spiritual messages. But I feel like a lot of the Tauruses, you guys don't get to the point where you're sort of playing victim, because you know why you attract these broken people. You know why. And I feel like all of it is just weighing on you at the same time right now. The Ten of Swords is in the reverse position because this is all about going through the storm, but then the next day, the clouds being cleared. And the sunshine comes out. Whether or not the sun is shining or not outside. So, you know, going through a bad thing is something that a lot of people have been through. But it's about being able to get closure from that situation. So Spirit is definitely telling me that a lot of you right now, your spirit is going towards getting closure. You're almost there. This would be a very good time for you to work on this closure, Taurus, because the World card does represent closure. And it also represents being strong for those around you. You dropped your ice cream. Hold on, guys. There may be a meltdown. Hold on. Let me mute. Hopefully not. Hold on. Whew, I got one of those allergic styes on my eye, y'all. It's itchy. Chrissy's son. Hey. How Chrissy son? That's good. That's good. Mildred, what's your zodiac sign? Y'all should post y'all zodiac signs when y'all come in so I can know what sign y'all are. So Taurus, right now your spirits want you, and there is a very powerful spirit guide. I do feel like you Tauruses are going through something, but you don't necessarily. Okay, what you are going through is something that you can overcome, not with your emotions, but with your strength and your mind. So this is not something that this is something that you just have to really tell yourself that you can get through. And then everything else underneath that can follow it. Right now, you got to deal with that. So I feel like a lot of you Tauruses are getting closure, and your spirits want you to know that either, because I know that for me, I'm a Taurus Venus, and I am feeling stronger in my spirit than I've ever felt. But for you Taurus Sun, some of you may be going through some things. So there's a spirit guide here that is encouraging you to be strong. And it's telling you to not allow things and people to rent a space in your head. See, what a lot of you Tauruses are doing is you are holding on to it. You're holding on to these memories.
Go, Mom. Let's go to the store.
Okay, you're a Virgo, Chrissy Sun, and Retta B is Gemini. Okay, so Nikita is Scorpio and Mildred is Leo. You know what, Leo mothers, I just love my Leo mothers because you guys are, if you want to see a mother that is so intuitively connected with her children and does things that are just so close to nature, it's just the raw beauty of a Leo mother. So that like I and are you breastfeeding, Mildred? Leo mothers are more than likely to be breastfeeders. Okay, watch out, honey. Okay, moving on to the Gemini. Geminis, you guys got the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So a lot of you Geminis are dealing with a person that wants to overpower you. And this could be an aspect of yourself that comes from your roots. Maybe you were raised around, very controlling, narcissistic people. Or maybe it was very negative environment, because I can tell you that what I can sense from this Queen of Wands being in the reverse position is that it was something that is a part of you. So it could be an aspect of yourself that you seem to also attract to yourself. So I feel like Queen of Wands is what's in the reverse position, is saying that you seem to be attracting and manifesting the things that you don't want, but you're still subconsciously doing it. This is all coming from your subconscious. And so the story is that everybody is bad, but then again, it's that you allow bad people to connect themselves with you anyway. So you can't really play victim. Clarify Queen of Wands reverse for the Geminis. I know I'm right. Watch when we clarify. Yep. 7 of Cups. Yep. 9 of Swords reverse. And then Knight of Pentacles reverse. This is either a fire sign, a water sign, an air sign, or an earth sign. This is definitely a growing period for a lot of you. If you don't want that kind of energy in your life, then don't have it in your life. And I can see that it's created some issues. some problems within your creativity, some blockages, some anxiety. You've got why okay, bad people or they are going to continue to produce bad results in your life. So why do you continue to go down that road with bad people that you can't trust? I mean, technically you're bringing all of this on yourself, Gemini. Look, the people I can sense very, and listen, Spirit is talking about in general your law of attraction. Also, your negative thoughts. Why do you think so negatively? This is what's holding you back is negative thinking. If you start to look at the bright side of things, then more positive things are going to happen for you. Your spirits are talking about your law of attraction, your LOA. LOA. I'm sorry, LOA, law of attraction is what spirits are talking about. So the misery that you have in your life is the misery that you're creating for yourself. You can't really blame anybody else. I'm sorry, there are some people that you can have in your life that can affect you energetically. And you know what? There are people that are going to walk the hell away from you because you have those people in your life. I'll walk away from anybody that has bad energy around them. You've got bad energy around you in general. And this is what's holding you back in life. So I feel like these are negative self-fulfilling prophecies. These are you being, you refusing to deal with more positive people and more positive thinking. Hey, Leslie. I mean, it's very easy to conform and to change like a chameleon, but when that change is negative, you got to check yourself, Gemini. Moving on to the Cancers. Y'all got the 10 of coins in the reverse position. So a lot of you Cancers are actually dealing with tradition, but tradition that is affecting you in a negative way. So this is a Gen Hex. Generational hexes are affecting most people because what is being done as a whole in society is that in order for certain establishments to stay in power, women mainly are being discriminated against. So a lot of you are dealing with the curse of patriarchy. 10 of Pentacles reversed. If it were in the upright position, this would tell me that you are dealing with a male. Now, I feel like strong energies around an earth sign, or either a fire sign. This resonates with me as a Cancer sun because this is the existence of male energy that is not carrying forth the right tradition. So instead of you having a domestic partner in your life that's able to enrich your life and this is something that is the complete opposite. So many of you have the wrong partner, and I feel like there's some kind of struggle that's happening. Okay. Have y'all ever gotten into, and I feel like a lot of you Cancers may have married because the 10 tells me that a lot of time has passed. So many of you Cancers could be dealing with a situation to where maybe the male energy in your life started out supporting the family, but then maybe something could have happened health wise or spiritually that caused this person to not be able to do those things anymore. But instead of things being good, things are bad because I've been involved with certain people, and this could be something that's in your family too. to where, it's sort of like this self-fulfilling prophecy that when your relationship doesn't work out, you're just broke and poor and in the dumps. Like you couldn't possibly go out in this world and make it on yourself, make it on your own. Oh my God, especially if you're a woman. Are you kidding me? No, you can't do that. So these are actually things that have been abolished, but for some reason, these things have been haunting women. It is the most unfair thing ever. And women are doing a good job. Some of you cancers are breaking these cycles, but some of you today are dealing with that. I'm going to throw some clarifiers for the cancers because the 10 of Pentacles represents financial security. It represents stability. You got the Knight of Cups reversed. You got the Knight of Wands reversed. And you got the Ace of Swords upright. So some of you, I can see heavily a water sign or either a fire sign again. Earth as well. Earth, water, or fire. Some of you need to look at your ex. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That's the key. That's the element. Maybe you need to do some work to do some cord cutting from that ex. Could be either a water or a fire sign. If you're having financial trouble, there does seem to be a spirit upon you connected to whoever this Knight of Cups is. So if y'all know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. You know that you got some spirits that you need to banish or either some work to do. For me as a Cancer, I know exactly who that is. That's another Cancer. This is something that could possibly be hidden from your knowledge. Sometimes if your intuition is not telling you. So either a water or a fire sign. Ace of Swords represents victory and triumph. It also represents like a road opening. So many of you possibly do need to do road openers. Some traditions should not be followed. And then it's also how you follow that tradition. If a different circumstance happens, then what do? You just give up on life? No, you don't. There's many of you that have goals. I can tell by the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a manifestation of you, and then also the Knight of Wands. Things that are close to your heart could be things that you want in life. As I was mentioning earlier to somebody earlier that just because you don't have the traditional family, the nuclear family does not mean that you can't be happy or that you can't. Why does everything have to be hard? Even if you're a single mom, why does your life have to be hard? Why can't you go the wealthy way and they have the easy life? Why does it have to be so difficult? Why, you know what I'm saying? What is creating this difficulty? Is it you? Is it something that's in your family, tradition? You got to look at your mama. You got to look at your daddy. But at the end of the day, the Ace of Swords comes up. So this is where you don't have to look at things the same way. You can be your individual. The Ace of Swords is all about independence and freedom and individuality. You see what I'm saying? And then also there may be some things that you need to cut, listen, some cord cuttings can sometimes take a while. I've been doing a cord cutting on my ex that done lasted for about 15 to 16 years. Just today, after I did the hangout that I did, I got a strange phone call from a strange man from a private number. It's almost like you're being stalked. So call to Lilith. She's going to be an excellent ally for you. Also Hestia. These are energies that are put into place for when you need that stability and that strength for your family to survive. The Knight of Wands is talking about your survival here. You see what I'm saying? So the Ace of Swords, Like, you can't let they're putting a lot of negative, they're trying to put a lot of negative subconscious blockages in you. You have to rise above those things in order, and for you to overcome and for you to triumph, okay? And that's for the male and the female. If you're a male Cancer and you're trying to, hinder a female Cancer, and maybe you have children by that Cancer, maybe you need to take my advice as well. Maybe there's some bad spirits on you that you need to overcome so that you can stop doing what you're doing to the divine feminine as a divine, and truly become a divine masculine. And realize also that you can start your own traditions. You can start your own traditions. You don't have to, necessarily conform. So, whatever that meant to you guys, I hope that that helped. Moving on to the Leos. Leos got the Five of Wands in the reverse position. So many of you Leos are being affected negatively by hate. So then what do? You banish those negative spirits. Banish that crap. Don't even put your energy into it. Don't even feed the demon of hate. What I can sense is that a lot of you Leos are doing good in life, and you got folks that are hating on you, hating on your success, hating on you because of your beauty, hating on you for whatever reason. But the problem is that the Five of Wands is in the reverse position. So that means that what? That means that this hatred was able to penetrate your aura, your energy, was able to affect you energetically. So many of you have been vexed. And what that means is that something or a negative person was able to change your energy and the energy around you. So then those negative energies tend to have power over you. Y'all should be on a regular basis doing work against poverty, hatred, and discrimination. Always. Those are very simple things that you can do to make life easier on you, and you won't feel so beat up on. A lot of y'all energy is probably low, Leo. You probably been experiencing low energy. And you know what? That your landlord can absolutely do that. But you know what? They can try, but where is your will? And then sometimes you gotta have energy. That's why they say fight fire with fire. They told you they told you not to fight fire with fire, but actually you're supposed to fight fire with fire. It's funny how they told you the exact opposite. A certain amount of energy is going to override or destroy. Fire destroys negative energy. So many of you probably do need to do some rituals. Maybe you need to do some unhexing, uncrossing. Maybe light you some red candles. Okay. Let me see what's going on, because I feel like this is a warning. Spirit, give me some clarity on this Five of Wands reverse for the Leos. I could feel all of this that I can see in this reading. I could feel it. Three of Wands upright, Nine of Coins reversed, and then the Fool reversed. Yeah, so there's energies that are against you that it actually seems to be tearing down your spirit a little bit, and you're being negatively affected because you're not necessarily, they seem to be overpowering you in some kind of way in your spirit, because the Fool card comes up reversed. Stand alone, Leo. I feel like there's somebody. Be careful who you trust, but always trust your own intuition and trust in your spirit guides, because I feel like there is a lucrative financial opportunity that's coming up.
There's another one.
But a lot of you could possibly miss that financial opportunity because there's another person that seems to be this, this person, this energy, whoever this is that I can see in this reading, they're hiding. You guys don't really know that that person is jealous of you, but they are. But at the end of the day, the spirit that is affecting you is hatred. So a lot of you are feeling very uninspired and bombarded because there's so much hatred. And the problem is that you can't necessarily let that get you down to the point where you start to doubt what the universe is saying to you. And even you start to doubt yourself. So make sure that you keep that in mind, that if people do hate you, either just stay away from them or either don't let this negatively affect you. Okay, the Three of Wands being in the upright position tells me that many of you need to do alchemy. Okay, moving on to, and that's where you transmute that energy. That's when you transmute that energy. You don't let it get you down. Leos do have a tendency to be very sensitive when it comes to that sometimes. And I feel like a lot of you guys are not really feeling right in your spirit right now, which is what made me come on here and do these readings. Okay, moving on to the Virgo. The Queen of Cups comes up in the reverse position. So I feel like a lot of you Virgos are dealing with feeling as though feeling probably sick to heart, maybe feeling heartbroken. There's things that you need to release that you have not released, Virgo. It's definitely centered around either a water sign person, a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, or either a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Clarify this for the Virgos. Definitely can see a lot of pain that a lot of the Virgos are going through. You know what? The Queen of Cups is definitely giving you some wisdom. A lot of you are dealing with, number one, this has something to do with your love life. You being connected with a person that they're married. You're Virgo. What the hell is this? Then the Seven of Wands comes up, and then the Magician reversed. I can tell y'all this. A lot of y'all. This I'm shocked about this though. Actually, very shocked and amazed. Um, a lot. I feel like this is where some of you seem to be connected in a situation that really does not serve you and only serves somebody else. Y'all need to get out of that situation. Also, I do feel like somebody is doing work on you, and it could possibly be whoever this water sign is. Hmm. This is really interesting. You know what? A lot of you Virgos need to really stop trying to control. This is something that seems to be messing with your physical stability. Like if it's a situation that you can't control, you seem to, until you can control it, you don't feel right. Well, you're not going to ever feel right because you can't control somebody else's will. Everybody has their own free will. So I feel like what I can tell, and what I was going to say a couple of minutes ago, was that the Queen of Cups is telling you that you are actually committing self harm. A lot of y'all seem to be committing self-harm, whether or not it's a lover or somebody that I feel like it's a player. Definitely those of you in your love life that are dealing with, kind of being the side piece or whatever, whether or not you're male or female. This definitely seems to be holding you back in life and holding you back from what you want. Rather than trying to control that situation, it'll be good for you to go and find a better situation that suits you. Two of Pentacles is in the reverse position, but then the Seven of Wands is upright, and then the Magician is reversed. So whatever this situation is seems to be having an adverse effect on you, but you seem to be stuck. You got to open up the road and explore your other choices in life and take back your power, Virgo. Because, and I will tell you that I know for a fact that Virgos will stay stuck on a situation for years, especially when it comes to your love life. I've got a Virgo moon. I've actually done that to where you allow a situation to have power over you, but you actually had the power in that situation to move beyond it a long time ago. So many of you want marriage, you want stability, there's things that you want, but the problem is that you're staying wrapped up in a situation that you need to cut ties with. And things are holding you back and you've been wondering why are you held back, but that's because I feel like it's where you're not really you're not standing in your own power and making yourself a priority. Okay? Does that make sense? That should make sense. Whatever y'all gathered from that, that was a very cryptic message, but that's all I have for you today, Virgo. Moving on to the Libras. Libras, very interesting. You guys got the Four of Cups in the reverse position. So many of you emotionally are in a very, very emotional place to where you feel unappreciated. You don't feel appreciated. You may feel like either your partner or somebody else is taking you for granted, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, that what your spirit guides are telling me is that you've got to take care of yourself before anybody else will. So there's some self-healing that needs to be done for the Libras that nobody else can help you with. Sometimes there's certain areas or aspects of your existence or being that only you can work out within yourself. It's not meant for anybody else to work that out or to even be a part of that. Spirits, give me some clarity on the Four of Cups reverse. Okay, so to clarify, it's the Nine of Swords comes up reversed, the Page of Cups is reversed, and the Ten of Wands is upright. So even though you've been used to seeing things being done this way, it's not the best way to do it. I feel like it's all about carrying on with toxic relationships and then also, having these moments of emotional atrophy because you choose to be involved in certain types of situations that are making things harder on you. So this is all about self-love. How are you communicating with yourself? It's all about self for the Libras. And, are you making it harder on yourself? And then also having the emotional strength to make it through any situation. Definitely can sense some bad energies from the past that seem to be affecting a lot of you Libras in a negative way. To where if I were you, I would just release myself from all of that, all of those negative thoughts and perceptions and stuff. You know, those are things that you can change, those are cycles that you can break. Okay. Whatever that meant to you guys. Okay. Moving on to the Scorpios, you guys got the Ten of Cups reversed. So, again, in order for you to manifest that happiness within your home, within your family, within your children, you have to manifest it within self first.
Box. Just don't get it.
Spirits, give me some clarity. I feel like a lot of you Scorpios are in an emotional place that is not good. Spirit, what is it? Keep in mind, guys, that when the new moon comes up, new stuff and new energies will come back up. And a lot of times they need to be dealt with. Okay. Now, you guys got the Three of Cups upright, the Ace of Swords upright. But then Knight of Swords is reversed, and then the Ace of Cups. So there's definitely some things that you need to heal from. Could either be a relationship with either another water sign person or either an air sign person from the past. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is that if you're not able to move forward and be happy, that something about this situation, or it's a memory that you guys need to release yourself from, or either a situation that somewhere in your subconscious, and this is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, you're feeling like things did not turn out quite the way that you wanted them to turn out, or because of that situation, which I do see children involved. I feel as though you can't uh, you can't take it with you. Leave it behind. Learn the lesson and take the wisdom from it, but don't let that dictate how you feel for the rest of your life, especially if you're facing any kind of issue or problem. Now, I will tell you that for you to even get the Ten of Cups, I feel like your spirits are trying to bless you. But the Three of Cups does represent, in the tarot deck, it represents that divine feminine aspect of healing and happiness and celebration. Even though you have those things going on, um, sometimes you have to, in order for you to truly move on from those things, you have to rise above those things. Those things don't have to necessarily dictate the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the spirits are talking about overcoming and overriding an extremely unhappy situation. So, in other words, retraining your brain and clearing those things from your mind. Whether or not these are things that you went through growing up or things that you have went through in cycles that you've went through as an adult. But I do think that it does have something to do with growing up. And possibly a lot of you Scorpios could have grown up with a lot of, toxic feminine energy, but then taking that energy and discovering. I feel like it's about discovering a more positive way of thinking and a more positive way of loving, even yourself, loving yourself in a more positive way. Okay. Moving on to the Sagittarius is the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. Your spirits are talking to you about your identity. your identity, knowing thyself. Who are you? Who cares about where you came from? Who are you? What do you want? Where is your willpower? Where's your will? Don't matter where you came from. It's about where you going. Discovering who you are, and then understanding that where you came from doesn't necessarily have to dictate your future. Not even the next day. You could have a bad day, and then the next day it'd be a better day. Same difference when it comes to your way of life and your way of living. Okay? Spirits, give me some clarity for the Sagittariuses. Everybody has their own identity. It doesn't matter who your father was. Your father could be Jeffrey Dahmer. Your mama could be, yeah, see? Let me tell you what you guys got. You guys got Temperance reverse. You got 7 of Cups and you got 9. 7 of Cups is in the upright position, and then the 9 of Swords is reversed. So, I feel like once you start with that, that is a start with that wisdom. Okay? And then that way, you won't have the codependency in your life. You won't have the confusion, and you definitely won't have this confusion and this worry. 9 of Swords reverse is not good. And narcissism. The 4 of Pentacles comes up. You definitely need to release whatever hold that something connected. What I can sense really is just a bad spirit in general, which this is universal for so many people. But for some reason, the Sagittarius is, this message is for you this week, for you to, you don't have to hold on to the most negative aspect of your existence. In fact, you can even create positive in your life. But as long as you continue to hold on to, where you came from, then you're going to continue to manifest these negative situations to where you feel broken, and you kind of feel broken down, and you feel confused, and you feel like you feel unfulfilled, you feel stuck. Okay? Nikita says Scorpio here, yes, an air and water sign is responsible for where I'm at now. And the women part is my family. They always hated me. Well, you know what? Whenever you have that happen, make sure that you create that you do everything in your power to rise above where you're at, because yeah, people can absolutely affect us. Absolutely. But it's all about how you recover from that situation. So that's why we're doing the healing, because healing is very sacred energy. And healing energy can change a lot in your life. Because some people need a cleanse, but if you've done your cleanses and you've done your cleanses, now it's time for you to do the healing process. So many of you do need healing. Okay. And, healing is always good. Healing is hope and inspiration. Now, for many of you Sagittarius, getting back to you guys' reading, the reason why you are stuck emotionally is because there's so much. I do feel like there was a lot of confusion. And what I can sense, especially because you guys were the Capricorns got an Ace of Pentacles, so it's going to be a similar thing for you guys. But a lot of you just need to know who you are and plan, reroute yourself. clear away a lot of those, negative forces and negative spirits. And you do have the right to do that. That's what free will is all about. Okay. Moving on to the Cappies, you guys got the Ace of Coins in the reverse position, or it's actually the Ace of Pentacles, not the coins. Same difference though. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So the same thing, almost. Um, a lot of you are trying to rise above financial as well as health, things related to the health. And so the Ace of Pentacles reverse is talking about, it's all about reinventing yourself and then also your self image. But the way you're going to do that is not just, how other people see you, but it's all about what it is that you give to yourself, what it is that how you actually see yourself. People are going to see you how you see yourself. So there's a lot in this Ace of Pentacles, because the pentacle is completion. It's earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. So what I can sense, and I'm going to clarify because I know that it's about that it's about your self-worth. Okay, again, even if you came from the poorest of families and you want more, first of all, you have every right to want more than where you came from. But then how do you manifest that? How do you rise above that truly? Because it always feels like where you came from seems to want to drag you back down. Give me some clarity. Okay. Three of Cups reverse, Ace of Swords reverse, and then Page of Pentacles is upright, and then the Death in the reverse position. So in order for you to change that truly, first of all, I will tell you, whether or not you're a male or a female Capricorn, for some reason there is this negativity surrounding feminine energy. That is so interesting, isn't it? So first of all, work on the reason why the Ace of Pentacles comes up reversed is because a lot of you need to work on how you look at feminine energy, just in general. How do you look at it? Three of Cups reversed, and then Ace of Swords reversed. The Death card coming up tells me that many of you are gravely being affected by issues and energies in the past. Now, the Page of Pentacles comes up in the upright position. She is a feminine spirit. Yes, she is. If it was the Page of Swords, it would be a masculine spirit. This is a feminine spirit, that is talking about that. And I can see it very, very clearly. So a lot of you women, let's say that, there's certain things, that certain financial goals that you have. Well, you've got to change your perception of feminine energy in order to even meet those goals. Because I'm going to be honest with you, most of the things that and I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to cultivate your own business, but you want to make sure that your energy is consistent of fairness and balance. So what a lot of people find out is that when you start to discriminate, especially against women, how far are you going to go when you're discriminating against women? Not far. Because most of what is out there, it's all about the divine feminine. Everything out there. For example, you can't sell certain things or even yourself to other people. I mean, this is pretty much a no-brainer, even if you're a male. If you want good feminine energy in your life, you can't sell negative feminine energy. That's not going to attract that. So again, this is all about your law of attraction too. Now, the death card in the reverse position, this is all about change. But then again, death can represent things in the past, things things haunting us from the past, and change that is very much needed. So if you are actually going to cultivate change in your life, you need to look at how you relate to other women, especially if you're a female, is what your spirit is saying. You can go very far with having a healthier disposition towards self. So that's just like with me, 99% of my clients are women. Why would I come on here and not be about the divine feminine, being that I'm a woman myself? And then also I feel as though spirit is saying that there are a lot, like the Three of Cups, when the Three of Cups comes up, this is the triple goddess. Being that the Three of Cups is in the reverse position, this tells me that your feminine aspect is not necessarily, and this, if this reading does not resonate for you, but you need, then go look at your other signs. But this is specifically for the Capricorns, in particular the women. If you look at other women in a certain light, then how do you think people are going to look at you? You see what I'm saying? So, that within itself, and then that is when you're going to truly empower yourself. So, the divine feminine is an energy that is very uplifting, but the Ace of Swords being in the reverse position, I feel like this represents a mirror, a shadow side, possibly. So maybe you guys are doing shadow work, whether or not you're male or female. You see, do y'all understand what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, because as a divine feminine or divine masculine, you have the power and the ability to manifest things as you want, which is what the Page of Pentacles represents in the tarot deck. It's all about what you're manifesting. If you're manifesting nothing or either negativity, then you may need to stop and see. Maybe you need to stop and check how you're doing things. It's not necessarily about what you're doing, but how you're doing it. Okay? And maybe there's some changes that need to be made. Moving on. Okay, did that make sense to any of y'all? Even if you are a divine Capricorn feminine that is being affected by negative feminine or negative masculine, you still have to change. And please stop seeing things. You got to stop seeing things the way other people see it and stand in your power. You are an individual. Again, the Ace of Swords represents individualism, being an individual. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being an individual and not fitting in to everyone else. People, you have the right to be different just like anybody else. So there's nothing wrong with daring to be different. Okay? Hi, T Woods. I'm moving on to the Aquariuses. Aquariuses got the Lovers in the reverse position. So a lot of you seem to be having some sort of communication issue. It's almost like Mercury is in retrograde for you guys. Hold on a minute.
What?
What I can sense is that a lot of you Aquariuses seem to be having some issues with your love life, major issues with your love life right now, especially for the singles. Some of that has to do with you communicating and perceiving everything from where you came from. And I feel like a lot of the Aquariuses, again, everybody universally is just repeating the same cycle from where they came from. These are the facts. A lot of people are self-fulfilling prophecies and falling into being a statistic. So for this major arcana to come up for the Aquariuses and for it to be the lovers, you've got to really take a look at an account of what is going on within your love life, but you've got to start looking at yourself as well. So, I feel like the lovers in the reverse position represents love and maybe how you perceive love within yourself. And there's some other stuff that I can tell. Could be inability to open up, inability to communicate. Spirits, give me some clarity. Why is this lovers? Because there's a lot, but I want to break it down for y'all. Okay, so Aquarius says you got Temperance upright, Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, that's the King of Swords upright, Page of Cups upright, and then the Ten of Wands in the reverse position. So just like I said, many of you are at a crossroads that's going to require for you to break the cycles of where you came from. That's exactly is it. You're almost repeating the cycles of the past of what you saw growing up. Of what Ooh, Lord, y'all, they tried to interrupt my feed. You're trying to do exactly what you saw your parents did. Who benefits off of that? Nobody. So, also, what Spirit is telling me is that what's causing major issues in your love life is not what you're saying, but it's the way that you're saying it. It's the way that you're communicating to your partners. I do know that as a whole, Aquariuses have problems in their love life. Now, my grandmother, who is my rock, when she was alive, she was an Aquarius. Everybody wanted my grandmother. She never had problems in her relationships. She was a very loving person. Okay. But what I will tell you is that Aquariuses are very well known from being emotionally unavailable. So if you're having major issues in your love life, this is something that you're going to have to face, something that you're going to have to see. And this will definitely make things a lot easier for you. Not just in your love life, but in everyday life. Whether or not you at work, whether or not you at school. Okay. Oh yeah, Jacob was there. Yeah, Nikita. I've learned to tune a lot of that out, so I'm sorry, guys. I feel like you're making it harder for yourself because you're not necessarily opening up. You're not owning your truth. You're not communicating in your relationships. And I can tell you that this is exactly what your lovers have told you too, especially for those of you that are single or have a lot of problems in your love life, is because you are not communicating are opening up and you're not really standing in your truth. You telling somebody else's truth. But what does that have to do with you? That may have been what your family went through or what, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're just repeating cycles that you need to break. That is what's going to cultivate and manifest your love life the way that on your terms, the way that you want it. Otherwise, you're going to continuously have things that happen in your life in general that you don't like. And so I feel like the Lover's reverse is pointing to how a lot of the Aquariuses are feeling. You're feeling unloved. But again, that love starts within yourself. Okay. Also, if you guys came from a household where people didn't say I love you, but they showed it. But some of you come from a background to where there was either people didn't say they loved you or and they certainly didn't show it. These are things in cycles in your head and in your heart that it's time for you to break. That's otherwise you're going to continue to have issues in the love life, okay? And in other areas of life. You're going to continue to be misunderstood and you're going to feel misunderstood. Okay. Moving on to the Pisces. You guys got the Five of Cups. So many of you Pisceans are very, very emotional today. You're sort of regretting. I feel like you're dealing with some anger. It may have something to do with your love life. Spirits, give me some clarity. I do feel as though maybe many of you could be dealing with anger issues within yourself, but that is because I feel like it's memory of childhood that you haven't been able to move on from. Spirits, clarify for the Pisces. Five of Cups is not a good card to get. Yep, the Hermit reversed, the Two of Wands upright, and then the Four of Pentacles. So this is not just your relationships, but again, your parents' relationship. Again, Pisces, you have to start your own. The Two of Wands represents self-fulfilling destiny, knowing who you are. Now, I will tell you that for some of you, you have been vexed in some kind of way because a lot of you might be feeling very isolated. But what I want you guys to do, the advice from your spirits, is to release whatever this angry, emotional energy is. Release it. Start working on releasing that. That way you're not going in and out of these cycles. Okay. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because the Four of Pentacles reversed, it tells me that you're holding on to things that you could definitely let go of. And then also your social life. Oh, this is a big one. Your social life. Yeah, the energies where it seems like you came from were very oppressive. So this is not just your love life. This is all about your survival and what it is that you want to do. Many of you have problems in your social life. You've been affected socially negatively. So maybe you don't have anger, but a lot of you have been isolated. The Hermit is in the reverse position. So then unisolate yourself. Start getting out more. Okay? Go out and do other social things. I do feel strongly that a lot of you Pisces, this is extremely difficult to do, but you're going to have to do it if you guys want to, because I feel like a lot of y'all are trying to either start businesses, particularly in real estate. If you guys want to get into real estate, you have to be you have to be out there socially. You have to know a lot of people. You can't be isolated. Isolation and success in either real estate or some other field that requires for you to be socially out there and socially accepted, you're going to have to handle this situation. Whether or not you're doing this to yourself or someone else is doing it. So, that hermit really did. The hermit is the only major arcana that you guys got in this reading, and it is in the reverse position. Shutting yourself off is not going to do anything. In fact, if you guys are empathic or sensitive, it's best for you to learn how to master yourself. So the Two of Wands, even though it's not a major arcana, it still represents mastering self. Is what that means. That's why in the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands, they always depict a person by themselves, and they are, setting their intent. They are exerting their will. Okay. So if you want friends and lovers and, people, or either a career that involves, that, being social, then you just have to do it. And you can't continue to kind of sort of hide yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're setting those limitations around yourself because you seem to be afraid of that social interaction because of the adversity out there. Well, it's always going to be out. Y'all, now that's the second time they done did that. Okay. So many of you are dealing with narcissists. I do feel that for the Pisces, or maybe you were raised by a narcissist. If you were raised under a narc regime, my heart goes out to you. You were raised in almost like a neo-Nazi camp. That's terrible. I empathize with you, but you know what? There's life outside of that concentration camp. Because I can sense that many of you do have trauma from your child. I couldn't even imagine. My mother was not narcissistic my whole life. She just got like that. I don't know how that happened, but many of you were raised in that environment, and it did a number on you. But what you can do is you can re what's the word that I'm looking for? You can regenerate yourself. You can change those things. You can change that energy that was created around you. You can change it. You have the power to do that. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that helps some of y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hit that thumbs up. If you guys need me for readings, I am here. Make sure that for your cleanses, your road openers, and for other work that you need done, that you get in on my new moon schedule, which the new moon is coming up on the 24th. So go ahead and get your consultations in so that you can get on the altar for the new moon. Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed these readings. Love and light.